much. And you, safe travels to you and Robin. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to us. This is our Monday morning miracle call. You'll soon hear why it's our miracle call. I'm Jerry Ziegenfuss, your hostess this morning, calling in from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area today. And you'll hear so many great miracles we call. And we call this miracle call because it's you that help us. We like to hear from everyone. And if you're new, please raise your hand. Don't be shy. And if you're new, I'll tell you at the bottom of your screen, if you're on a computer, there's a reaction button, or some of them just have raise your hand. Please raise your hand and it'll put you on my screen and I'll be calling on you. And if you don't mind leaving it up, then everybody can hear you and watch you when you're telling us of your miracles. And you make this call. So please, we love everyone to talk to us. And while we're talking about the testimonies, we like to keep them to about 30 seconds, maybe a minute. And while you're doing that, please don't tell us diagnoses. This is ITIS terminology from your doctor. If you can just describe how you are, what's going on, let us know what patch you used, how you felt before and after. Everyone would be so very grateful. It is so nice to hear from everybody when you're telling us, because you might come on and tell something and it is very important because it might be a result that we haven't heard yet. So please be bold and brave, as Sunshine says, and let us hear from you. We'd like to stay compliant, which I told you is to not name diagnosis, but we also like to say that we do not claim, cure, treat, or diagnose. We don't prevent conditions. We just help with symptoms. So with that, Grace, we already have a hand up. So thank you all.
Jerry, and just one more quick thing, hon, is we limit to X39 stories for the first 15.
Right. Exactly. So I was going into that right at the end here. We limit that to 30. The first 15 minutes are X39. And then your other patches that we will hear about come later. And all you women out there, it's a day late, but I want to wish you a happy, belated, if you want to say Mother's Day. I hope you had a wonderful day yesterday. So with that, I'd like to begin with a hand that says iPhone. So if you want to unmute and then tell us who you are, we'd appreciate it. So please, iPhone, start us off.
Hi, I'm Veronica Grotjohn, and I'm from Yuma, Arizona. And my husband had excruciating back pain for 25 years, and within 1 month of using the X39 and Aeon, the back pain is gone.
How short?
1 month.
Oh, wow. So happy to hear that, because, the back is tricky. So yeah. Great. And, he is drinking the water, right? Staying hydrated.
He's doing his best.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Do the best. And please stay consistent and keep on it. And wonderful results. Thank you so much. Are you new? Are you one of our newbies? I don't remember hearing from you before.
I've never been on this call before.
Oh, well, thank you for being brave. I really like our brave souls. You have a great day. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else raising their hands this morning? Would love to hear from you. If not, I can. Okay, great. Sunshine, come on in.
Hey, good morning, Jerry and everybody. Happy Monday. So, hey, I have a person in my downline. He's like almost 80 now, and he loves to play tennis, and he plays like 3 times a week, but he was losing his balance, and he also had some issues in the feet and the legs where everything was numb, and he'd been working on that for years to try and get that all repaired. Well, guess what helped him? Yeah, we are so fortunate. So, and now he just doesn't have to, when he's bending over, he doesn't have to lean on something to help him get up. His balance is back. He's beating people in tennis that are way younger than him.
And this is with the X39, right?
Yes.
And how long has he been on it, Sunshine?
Well, now he's been on about 6 months or maybe a little longer, but the result happened within, 6 weeks.
Oh, wow. That's
Mm.
wonderful. That's two of you that we've had such great results. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Danielle, please come
Okay,
on in.
let me see if I'm here. Start video. Okay, so I hope you can see me. Anyway, I was sleeping the other night and I went to sleep using the X39 and I actually put it on pain on my knee. And then in the night when I was sleeping, somehow I just started to have a pain on my toe, which I forgot. And I woke up in the morning, the knee was fine. I woke up in the morning and the toe was fine because my toe, I actually took the patch off and put it on my toe in my sleep. So I had a twofer and it actually worked fantastic. And I thought, what is this doing on my toe? So anyway, it was just fun to move it around and see how it could change places so quickly and make a difference. So thanks so much.
Yeah. And I hope you all heard just what Danielle said, wonderful results. But yeah, a lot of people, yes, the X39 does work systemically, meaning that, the book tells you to put it behind your neck or below your belly button. But, all of us feel you need to put it where it works and where it's hurting or where you're looking for something. And believe me, it works. And you had fast results because that's where it was going to work quickly that time. Our stem cells are very smart. Thank you for sharing. And
Yeah.
great for moving it around. Thank you.
Thanks.
Beck King Cortez, please unmute.
Thank you so much. I got inspired to share about the 80-year-old. I want to tag team on that. My 80-year-old mother on her 80th birthday was reluctant to patch. She thought it sounded like snake oil. And I told her, the great stories. I said, let me gift it to you for your 80th birthday. So I did. Within week 1, she became a believer. The balance was something I didn't know she was struggling with, but she lives out of state. And so she would hold the wall to lean over. She doesn't have to do that anymore. The first thing she noticed was she went from sleeping 2.5 hours a day, a night, to within a week sleeping 6 to 7 hours, which is huge.
Wow.
Not done. She said it was a month before tax season. She said to me later on, she said, I'm not kidding you. I remember she was skeptical. So, and she's not one to hype things up. She said, I swear I could do my taxes more clearly. That's her cognitive, all with just X39. And this is one of my favorites. She said, it's like I've got more joy. And now she says she will not be without the patch for the rest of her life. And she said, we're going to, instead of growing older together, we're going to grow younger together. How about that?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh gosh, what a great testimony. And that's the other thing too, in the beginning they started to think the 50, 60, 7-year-olds, but we're going into the 80-year-olds. And my father, who was in the 90s, had phenomenal results. But I'm so happy for your mom. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Peter, please unmute. Peter Wolf, are you there yet? There you are.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine. And you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Great. You're welcome.
So, several months ago on the Sunday night doctor call, I asked a question, and I think it was Dr. Tom who gave me a suggestion. And it's regarding an issue that is common as we get older, especially men, resulting in having to get up and pee multiple times a
Gotcha.
night, among
Okay.
other things.
Mhm.
And so he recommended that I wear an X39 right at the top of my pubic bone and then an SB6 on my perineum. And I learned pretty quickly that it works best for pain, for minimizing or eliminating pain when using the patches, to just wear them on my underwear. And night 2, I think I got up and I peed once versus
Wow.
4 or 5 times a night. And since then, I've enjoyed continued results and am really grateful for that recommendation and certainly for the technology.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And thank you so much. And all of you here, if you can be on that Doc Talk on Sunday night, 7:30 Eastern time, it's really a wonderful call. Many of the doctors, 8 doctors are on there. So thank you for sharing that, Peter. And as we go on to more people, we still have about 5 more minutes to stay only on X39 if you can. That was fine, Peter. Don't worry about that. So please, Vangelie, welcome. Unmute.
I got it. Back in April, I was attacked by fire ants, getting stuff out of my car, didn't even know it. And all of a sudden they had covered my feet and ankles, and I didn't realize it until they were on fire, typically. But right after that, I got a bladder infection, and
Oh, wow.
not too long later, I could feel my immune system just dropping. I didn't realize what it was, that they're actually stings and that they can kill you. And I had multiple scarring on my feet and ankles. But anyway, long story short, using the X39, something else happened. I got this issue where you get pain on the side of my head and little spots on the nerve. It went around my forehead, over my eye, around close to my eye, and I looked horrible. Well, I used everything I could, including the patch, and that was on May 4th, and by May 12th, or I should say, was it April? Anyway, by the 12th, I had it pretty much cleared up, and I didn't have the pain anymore. I still have a little scarring underneath my hair here, but otherwise people would tell me, anybody that had that, it lasts for months and months. And I thought, wow, I did the right thing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing it. And thank you for describing it, because I think everybody caught on what you were talking about. And yes, it does usually last at least for months, if not more. So I'm glad
Yes.
it all.
Yeah, and I've never had anything like that. Never had bladder infection or anything. So it really helped with my immune system. Thank
Yes,
you.
very good. Thank you so much for sharing that wonderful testimony. Okay, next, Trudy, please come in.
There. Yes, so I've been on the patches for 2 years, but I was just reviewing my health tracker, and I was 74 when I started, and I'm an active massage therapist. Back then, 2 years ago, I could only do 1 massage, and then I would have to rest, and then 1 more. Presently, I can work 3 hours in a row.
Wow.
So my energy level and my sort of optimism for life, as the previous lady was saying, is really improved. And then the other thing was that my feet were swelling. So I would rub them and massage them and bathe them every night so that I would wake up with narrower ankles, no pain in my feet. And that went away after only 5 weeks. And I
Wow.
started out just with X39. So that was all it was in the beginning.
Oh, wonderful,
Really
wonderful.
grateful.
Yeah. And if you all were listening about Trudy talking to you about the health tracker, if you don't know what it is or don't have one, please contact the person that you're on here that had, told you to get on here so that you can get one, because it's really a good track. And you go down the list and you just look. And because some of the things on there you don't even think about. And you probably were dealing with them like Trudy does.
We get so accustomed to feeling better that we forget.
Exactly.
And, so it's very important to keep the health tracker and check back every so often to really ground the value of the patches.
Exactly. So well said, Trudy. Thank you so much. Wonderful. I appreciate that. Michelle. morning.
Beautiful, Trudy. I loved your share. And I also have been a massage therapist for decades. And so I'm loving the patches for that to keep on going with that wonderful profession. So I know that we're past the 15-minute mark, but I have another short X39 story, Jerry, and
Great.
very short and sweet and to the point. I have actually, one of my clients is a CPA, and she says that during tax season for about 3-4 months, she works about 10, 11, maybe 12-hour days. She said she almost always gets sick. She just gets something. She catches a cold, the flu. She just, her immune system is very taxed. And right before tax season, she said, Michelle, I'm going to try these patches. I'm going to put them to the test. So just the X39, that's all she got. And she worked even harder this year because they lost someone in the office. And at the end of the season, she came in for a massage and she said, oh my gosh, Michelle, this is the first time in years I did not get sick. So,
Oh, wow. Wonderful.
yay.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Gary, come on in. Haven't spoken with you for a while. How are you? Gary, are you there? Please unmute.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. It's good to hear from you, and hello everybody. So I have a neat story from, I sell honey on the side, and known as the bee guy, and I have an 81-year-old client from Mexico that drove I don't know, 20 miles to come and pick up a case of honey. And when she got here, she said, oh, last night a weed caught my leg. It was in the summer 2 years ago. And she said, I fell and hit my head right against the shed. And I said, oh my goodness. I said, what are you doing out? She said, well, I'm okay, but I really wanted to get this honey. And I didn't tell my hubby. He wouldn't have let me out. But anywho, so I said, well, she had the size of a chicken egg swollen on her head and the skin was broken and really tender. So I said, well, I've been telling you about these amazing patches. Do you want to try a little experiment? And she said, sure. So I went and got one and put it on. And I said, we can't diagnose and promise, but I said, from what I've seen, I'm intrigued to see if that swelling will be gone and if you can touch that. And so I called her the next day, 2 days later, excuse me. And she said, my husband and I were amazed. She said, just like you said, the swelling all went down and I could touch it. It wasn't even sore anymore. So really amazing how quickly they work and how, all the great things that they work for.
Right. And Gary, it was so wonderful with your terminology. And that's all of us could say when you're talking to somebody, you say, just want to try an experiment or want to do this or that. And, you know, people are drawn into that. So great talking to her in terminology, Gary. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. Okay, Dashenko, please unmute.
Hey, so I just wanted to share that, to piggyback on Gary's story, I've noticed for me, X39 and X49 together have been amazing. When I started using the patches, it was because my friend said, you need X39 and you need X49. And I thought to myself, $200 a month for the chance at less pain, I will take that bet. I hadn't heard of the health tracker. Nobody showed me the health tracker. I put the patches on, and I was walking all around asking myself, are these doing anything? I can't tell. Are they working? Because the day before I had put them on, the pain in my knees was so bad that I couldn't walk just the 10 short steps from my bed to the bathroom without taking 25 minutes and being in agony. And after about 2 weeks thinking maybe they're not doing anything as I'm walking all around, I didn't put them on in the morning. And about 10:30, the pain that had kept me from walking started creeping back. And that's when I said, wow, these things work so well. They not only took away my pain, they took away the memory that I had been in pain just the day before. So I have encountered a few people who said, I don't think they're working. And I say, listen, you're talking to someone who went from not being able to walk to walking all around and didn't notice. We're not very reliable about reporting on what's going on. with us.
Mm.
And so you just keep wearing them the 3 months that you got initially, and then stop wearing them. And then you tell them they're not working. And the other thing, if we have time, in January, I cut my finger down to the bone. And I was telling a friend of mine, she said, again, because she remembers when I did it back in 2012 in a different way, using a different implement. But anyway, different finger. And I said, yeah. And the remarkable thing was, even though I was wearing all the patches, when that happened, I just put an extra X39 on my hand. I didn't have any pain. I didn't have any swelling. And 3 weeks later, my daughter said, which finger did you cut again? Like, you can't see any scar tissue. And
Right.
that was in 3 weeks. Whereas the first time I cut my finger down to the bone, that was over 10 years ago, and there's still a nice big scar on that finger.
Well, thank you so much for your sharing. And like Dushenko just said, if you're listening, please just be consistent every day. And as again, she mentioned, like we had before, when you're in pain and you're just kind of after a while used to it, you come out of it and you don't remember that you had that pain. So yes, that health tracker is really a marvelous resource. So thank you so much.
Hey, Jerry,
Lavelle.
hey,
Yes,
Jerry, let me jump in for a second.
sure. Rob.
It's Robin. We're in very sketchy cell territory. We're driving, and I just wanted to say what Dushenka said is the X3949 combo
Right.
is on special right now. You get a free SP6, but you save money when you buy it together as a performance bundle for $179. And if you put it on a monthly subscription, the second month it goes to $169. And the results are extraordinary for, muscle, for bone, for cardiovascular, for brain, for heart. It's amazing. So I just wanted to mention that because that is the special going on right now, a performance bundle, and you get a free SP6. And for everyone that listened to David's talk, you'll get all those amazing benefits at SP6, which is Dr. Tom's one of his favorites. So we might have him share a little bit, but I just wanted to mention that while I still have coverage. Bye, everybody.
Oh, thanks, Robin. Thank you so much. And since you came in with that too, I just want to say, yes, when I am talking with somebody, especially women, X39, X49, because as you know, as we age, women, the calcium is leached out of our bones. And I have proof when I fractured my pelvis in a couple places, I had the bone growing back in 3 weeks. And please, all women, X3949 is just a wonderful combo. I'm sorry now, we will go back to Lavelle. Please, Lavelle, unmute.
Lavelle, could I just say one more thing about the SP6? I was so excited about the special. And I gave the SP6 to my 14-year-old, and she wears it every day because when she's wearing the SP6, I have a sweet, competent, capable human being to interact with. And when she isn't, I have a temper tantruming teenager.
And thank you for sharing that, Dushenko, because SP6, yes, it's Dr. Tom's. He always suggests it, and I always have it on. So thank you. Yes, it does so much. Thank you. Lavelle, please come in.
Good morning. I'm going to
Good
share.
morning.
I'm going to share very briefly, and my wife's going to come on right after.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted to piggyback actually on Robin. She had said the X39, X49, and the SP6 guys. Dr. Ackland had suggested that I use it because my blood sugar was over 200. And in 2 weeks of wearing that combination, guys, my blood sugar went to 86. So if you know someone that has high blood sugar, or if now's your opportunity to see if it works for you like it worked for me. So I just wanted to share that. And here's my amazing wife, Aina Majay, and happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Happy
Thank you,
Mother's
Lavelle.
Day.
Come
Thank
on
you,
in, Reggie.
Robin. Thank you. Thank you. God bless everyone. Hey, listen, because it took two of us, right? So our son that's 22 on the 22nd, he works for FedEx, and this is twice now he stepped on a nail. And the first time it was horrendous. It was so painful, and he was screaming and crying, and the whole 9 yards. And so his foot swelled. He felt like he had some nerve damage in his baby toe. It pierced right through the ball of his foot. And I went up there, and after he came back from the ER, I patched him up with carnosine, X39, and glutathione. And so he said that soothed the pain, didn't take it away, but his swelling went down. And then he'd already had a tetanus shot. And then that following night, I put the X39, the Ice Wave, and I used the X39 Ice Wave and the X49. And he slept like a baby. And I was so excited. The third night, it was a Saturday, and he was supposed to take his brother and his cousin to the mountains to go snowboarding. And that boy jumped up. We were like, no, you're not. No, you're not. He jumped up, went snowboarding, okay, up in the mountains, had a great time, said it was the best thing he ever did, and then came back and went to the beach and went boogie boarding. And so he had no more pain. It was just fine. So this time when he stepped on it, which was just 4 days ago, I think 3 or 4 days ago, he stepped on another nail. I'm like, you're getting some steel toe shoes. So he stepped on it. He knew what to do. He went right back to work. So guys, these patches are amazing. Just use them in combination.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that share. A lot of great information, everybody. And yes, carnosine is so good for tissue repair. So all of you keep that in mind. And we're running short on time, so we will go. Pierre, you will be our last one to end us today. So please, Nancy, please unmute.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let's hear what you have to tell us.
Well, my story is rather tiny compared to other people's, but I'm 67 and I have been exhausted for years. So my mother and my sister introduced me to the LifeWave patches, and I started the X39 in February. About 3 weeks in, I woke up one day and realized I actually feel good for a change. For me, this is huge. In fact, I feel so good now that I'm going to go learn to play pickleball later today. Eagerly awaiting my next miracle.
Thank you so much. And nothing that is said on here is little. It is wonderful. Thank you for sharing that, Nancy. Wonderful. Great. Kate, please unmute.
Good morning. I'm here to do a quick review and a little bit more information on what I shared last Monday about my upper lip that had the radiating lines going out into the dry skin for like at least 20 years. I found that using the Revive Eye Cream that I would put on the orbit and under the eye, I would just take my fingers and wipe across that upper lip, which meant a light massage and a little bit of GHKCU getting right into those little lines that had made me feel bad about how I looked. And I just do that with both my fingers. And within just a short time, and I don't know how long I did it, but it made the difference. That has filled in. And I just want you to know that the daily, nightly regimen with the topicals of Alavita combined with the patching at night, and I wear the patch on my lower back, and that seems to give me really super sleep and all the organ and gland protection and everything else. And my skin has just held beautifully and keeps improving. But when these little lines went away, they just were really deep grooves. I felt so much different about myself. And I've also done a cost justification. If you buy the Trio plus the Revive cream 3 times a year. That's all you need, because every time you buy it, it's a 4-month supply, and you use the topicals sparingly and they go a long way. But I'm going to put that cost justification in the chat right now. Thank you for
Thank
letting
you,
me
Kate.
share.
Thank you so much. We're all waiting for those lines to go away. So thank you for sharing that. Please, we're at the bottom, but we still of the hour, but we still have 2 more that we want to hear these precious shares from. So please, Kim, what do you have for us?
I will real quickly, since we're talking about the performance bundle. I am 55 years old. I have a scale that helps keep my numbers, my tracking. And I can tell you that using the performance bundle, I have put on 10 more pounds of muscle. Mind you, my weight is the same. So it's not like I gained weight. I've changed my body composition. So I put on 10 more pounds of muscle and 2.5 pounds of bone. I love the performance bundle.
Oh, great share. Yes, X49, it sculpts the body. It takes the fat and turns it into muscle. And we do love that. So great share, Kim, and keep on going. Please, Pierre, what do you have for us today?
Yes, so I've been on the X39 for the last 10 days now. Got to refer to it by my friend Ms. Danielle Lynn. She's on the call right now. So I didn't know how this was how I was going to feel with going into it, but day 1, I noticed that I was feeling more energetic. The moment, like within a couple of hours of when I put on the patch, I started knowing my energy level was going up and it was stabilizing. So for the last 10 days, I have not had the need to have a soda, coffee, an energy drink, anything anything to get my energy up. My energy has been really level. Even if I'm tired, my sleep has improved. I'm getting 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep a night now. So it's really been working out well. So thank you.
Wow. Great share, Pierre. Keep it up. Yes, that X49 is wonderful. And the other thing with X39, y'all, I mean, I have so many people telling me that the recovery time has shortened to so fast that they can go back again. So please be consistent, persistent, and hydrate yourself. We need lots of water. So I know, Michelle, you're going to be taking us into letting us know about our meeting tonight and Tuesday, please.
Well, hello. Yes, Robin and Gregory are on their way to Draper, Utah. And so they're on the road, and there will be a meeting tonight, our usual Live Younger community call at 6 p.m. Pacific at liveyoungerzoom.com. And tomorrow is our practitioner call, or I should say the Power of the Patch webinar with a guest practitioner. Do you know who it is, Jerry?
No, I haven't heard.
Okay.
Maybe
Sunshine,
Robin, if she
do
still
you know
has.
who okay, I have it. It'll be in the newsletter later this afternoon. So yes, Gregory hosts that call, or it might be Janet. And then we have a practitioner for about 10 minutes sharing about their experience with the patches. So that's tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific.
Thank you. And I know we have Josephina. I know we're past our time, but please, if you have a short share, come on, jump in. Let us hear from you.
Annabelle and Janet tomorrow.
Thank you, Sunshower. Dr. Annabelle and Janet Kiefer will be interviewing her.
Okay, Josephina, real quick.
Hello, everybody. I just wanted to share that I have a brand partner that is 97 years old. She fell and she didn't want to go to the doctor, but she had a lump on her head and her hips were hurting quite a bit. And so what she did, she loves her patches and they know their work. She just used the X39 and the Eon. And she said, the pain is gone and I love them. I can walk again. I'm functioning. I didn't need to go see the doctor, and the lump went down and she walks a lot and she is loving them.
Right. Well, thank you so much for jumping in. And did you hear that? 97 years young, people. So please keep on using them. And if you all want to unmute, let's say, have a great week. I hope this is a way to start your week out with today's call. And I love you all for being here. You make the call. Thank you. and have a
Thank
great
you. Love
week.
you all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Great
Wonderful
call.
day, wonderful week.
Good job, Jerry.
Oh, and
Thank
every day
you.
is Mother's
Bye-bye,
Day.
everybody.
Love
Take care.
Blessings.
Have a blessed
Thank
day,
you,
everyone.
everybody.
Bye-bye,
Love
Gary.
you all.
Bye.
Thanks
Love
for
you.
sharing.
Bye,
Yes.
Hey,
Jerry.
Ravel, nice to see you.
Blessings.
Bye-bye.
No more
See you,
coffee.
Jerry.
X39, X49. No more coffee.
No more
Exactly.
Red Bull.
No Red Bulls. Right.
No Red Bull.
Okay. Thank you,
Thanks,
Hey,
everyone.
Lightwave
everyone.
has
Thank you.
Lightwave
Thank you,
has
Jerry.
wings.
Very
It'll
good.
make you fly.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Great
you.
call.
Bye, everybody.